Welcome back. Now, a political firestorm has erupted in Australia after one of the country's most controversial senators was barred from parliament, not for what she said, but for what she wore. Pauline Hanson, who's a 71-year-old senator belonging to the far-right One Nation party, has been suspended from the Australian Senate for walking into parliament wearing a full burqa. Now, she was protesting against senators who refused to debate her national burqa ban bill. The Australian Senate, I beg your pardon, declared it a disrespectful stunt. And with no apology from Hanson, lawmakers now voted to, in fact, censure her, handing down one of the harshest parliamentary penalties in decades. But Hanson is now defying criticism, calling her colleagues as hypocritical. She also says, and I quote, they didn't want to ban the burqa, yet they denied me the right to wear it. Well, let me go across to my colleague Rishabh over what's actually happened in Canberra. Now, this was a very controversial development indeed. Rishabh, she's been batting, Pauline Hanson has been batting for a burqa ban bill, and she's not had an audience in the Australian Parliament because not many senators are willing to debate it. So therefore, as a sign of protest, she wore a burqa, a full burqa, and entered Parliament, after which she was subsequently barred from entering the Senate. Take us through what happened and how this has divided the polity in Australia.
It's the One Nation party, the far-right party in Australia, and sits on the opposition benches. One Nation party decided to bring in a bill to ban burqa at public places and government offices. This bill was not entertained by the chair, given that the ruling coalition, as well as many opposition parties for that matter, were not in favor of this bill to be discussed or passed by the Senate, and hence this bill was not taken into consideration. Pauline Hanson decided that given that the burqa ban bill has not been entertained, she decided to wear the full burqa as a sign of protest when she walked into the Senate and started sitting at her designated seat. Penny Wong, the Foreign Minister of Australia, decided to object it and also called on chair that either she should apologize and remove the burqa or she should be punished for not obeying the chair's order. While Hanson was not apologetic about what she was doing, finally she was suspended from the House. Remember, there are at least 15 countries, and this is what Pauline Hanson has been saying, and the One Nation bill was also mentioning that at least 15 countries worldwide have banned burqa because it is a threat to quote-unquote national security as well. But the Australian Parliament decided that no, this is not something that needs to be cleared by Parliament, and hence the bill was not considered. Now, as a show of protest, she walked in wearing the burqa. Now she has been suspended by the Senate.
And she's remained defiant as well, Rishabh, because she's put out a tweet where she's criticized what she describes as a hypocritical action on the part of those who decided to suspend her, as well as fellow politicians in the Australian Parliament who did not entertain her plea to be heard or even consider the passage or a debate around the burqa ban bill. Many thanks, Rishabh, for the updates that you've provided us.